Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share with you guys some basic car maintenance that I think everyone should be able to do. So the tool that you're gonna need is gonna be a tire gauge, some rag, and a flashlight. There is a tool that I forgot to put on this video, but anyway, here we go. So we're gonna look at the brake fluid, the battery, the engine oil, transmission oil, power steering fluid, and radio fluid, and also the windshield washer fluid. Most of these are usually located inside the engine bay. Okay, and right here you can see there's an oil grate on the oil cap if you have to top it up. So now we're going to take a look at the power steering fluid and the radiator water. Sometimes it's hard to see what level it is, so I use a flashlight to show exactly what the level look like. Cause you can see with without flashlight, it's kind of hard to see where it is. So with it, it's help out a little bit. So what you want is you want the fluid level to be in between those lines between max and minimum on both of those power steering fluid and the radiator overflow container. So next up, we're gonna take a look at the engine oil level. The handle color sometimes it's yellow, sometimes it's orange. So usually you should be able to tell what it is, because they usually have some kind of writing on the handle itself. So usually when you pull it out, pull the stick out, you need to wipe it off. It's kind of hard for me to do with one hand and holding the camera at the same time. So I'm wiping up right now. So the level should be in between those two lines. If you can see those checker mark, so it should be in between hot and cold. Sometimes they put hot and cold, sometimes they don't put anything on it. But you just want it to be in between those two lines, the max and min. Sometimes they put max min or hot cold. All right, let's move on to the transmission fluid. Most of the time, these things are marked kind of orange or red on the handle. Right here, you can see there's 4 notches on this stick. The bottom 2 is for when it's cold, and the top 2 notch is for when it's hot. What you want is the fluid level in between those 4 notches. So kind of in the middle between those 4 mark right there. It's best that you warm up the engine, or maybe drive around the block a little bit, so that way the engine warm up the fluid, because transmission fluid, they expand a lot. So you don't want to overfill it. Cause if you fill it up to the top when it's not warm up yet, then you kind of overfill, which I did right here. I overfill a little bit, but this car is too old, so I'm not really care about, damage the transmission. But you want it to be in between those 4 marks. Sometimes they have 4 marks, sometimes they have 2. And don't force it in. You just have to work it until the end, and usually they have a little cliff. So now let's go to the battery. This one, if you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it. But get somebody else to check it for you. But it's not that hard. So I can see I use a screwdriver to pry up the lid to get to it. So if you look at those 3 holes, there's 2 of them that kind of look full, and the one on the right is a little bit low. I'm just putting a flashlight so you can see a little bit. Usually you don't really need a flashlight. You can just look at with the regular daylight, and you should be able to see. You see how it look like a marble, looking like on the left too. You see how the water covered up the shelf inside there, and the one on the right, you look closely, it's a little bit low, but it's not too low yet. But well, since you already opened it up, might as well fill it up. But always use distilled water. Do not use tap water. I repeat, do not use tap water. Also, around the area where you're gonna fill up, kind of keep it clean, wipe it down clean before you pour the water in. So I'm gonna put some distilled water in. I use a little creamer container. It's easy for me to pour. Right here, it's hard to pour because I'm holding a camera and try to pour in at the same time. It'd be easier. You don't have to hold a camera, and you don't want to overfill. You just barely fill until it hit the. You can see there's a plastic pieces inside there. As soon as the water hit the bottom of that plastic piece, you can stop. So over time, the battery, it's keep charging, discharging, so it's heat up, so the water evaporates. So that's why it will be, once a month, probably once a month, checks the battery water level. See right here, you can look. There's 6 cell total. I think each cell hold 2.5 volt. Produce 2.5 volts, so 6 cell give you a little bit over the 15 alone. 625. No, a little bit less. Normally, when I measure 13 something is good. Its cell probably hold 2.2, 2.3, something like that. Maybe 2.4. See, now once you fill it up, put the cap back on, tap it down hard so it doesn't spill out. Then next, we check on the air filter. If you look at it, look clean, but if it look dirty, just buy a new one and change it out. For your lady, if you don't know how to change it out, go to AutoZone or some parts store. They will help you change it out. And then we're gonna move on to the brake fluid. As you can see, that's why you need the flashlight to see it better. So the fluid level should be between the minimum and the max. And if it's on the minimum, you need to buy some brake fluid. If you're not sure what kind of fluid to use, go to the auto store. If you have a manual that comes with the car, check on that. They would tell you what type of brake fluid it use. Sometimes they put it on the cap, but not all the time. So we're gonna do the tire. Usually you would find this label on the driver's side door, some near that area. Yeah, this tire is very low. It have a slow leak, so maybe every 2 weeks I lost like almost 10 pounds. So it's important, keep your tire filled up so that way your tire doesn't wear out quick. So you save money that way. And you have better handling on your car. And on top of that, you save fuel too. When the tire is properly inflated, it saves your fuel. See, I service a little bit. This cold for 29 psi, so I pump it up a little bit over, so that way it's easier to bleed it down slowly. One of the things that people miss the most is the spare tire. It's outside, out mind. Yeah, see how much junk I have to move out before I can get to it. Luckily, this car comes with a full-size tire, so the pressure is the same like the rest of the tire. But if you happen to have a compact size spare tire, you need to service it up to like 60 psi. Yeah, by doing these little maintenance like this, you can save yourself from a hassle. See, like if you have a flat on the street, and if your spare no good, guess what? You have to get somebody to pump it up for you, and even if somebody want to help you change the tire, but your spare is flat, so it's no good to use. So you got to keep it up, the spare tire serviced up. I wouldn't do this every week. I advise you check your tire every 2 weeks, but the spare maybe once a month. And that is it. Pretty simple in it. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click on the bell when I put out a new video. I will see you on the next video. Thank you and have a good day.